This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given two integers. The first integer is n and the second integer is x. And after that, in the second line, we are given n integers as input. So these n integers will be either 0 or 1. So every integer represents the candle's state. If the integer is 0, it means that the candle is off. And if the integer is 1, it means that the candle is on. It's given in the question that if a candle is turned on, then it can turn on its adjacent candles. So if a candle is turned on, then the integer present left and right can also be updated to 1. That is, both the candles can turn on. It is also given in the question that all the candles are present circularly and at least one candle is turned on. So now our task is to calculate the total time in which all the candles will be turned on. First, I am copying the original given input array, and here I am updating the integers present at index 0 and 2 to 1 because the integer present at index 1 is 1. Also, I am updating the integers present at the index 3 and 5 because the integer present at index 4 is equal to 1. So after the first iteration, these are the candles that can be turned on. So now the time taken for this to happen will be 2 seconds because x is equal to 2. So in the first 2 seconds, these many candles will be turned on. So now we have to calculate the total time until all the candles are turned on. Here the first candle is turned on now. So the first candle can turn on the second candle as well as the last candle because the candles are present in circular fashion. So the first candle can turn on the second as well as the last candle. So now let us calculate the candles that will be turned on in the next iteration. So I am copying the current array and let us update it. So here most of the candles are turned on and the candle present at index 6 can be turned on because the candle present at index 5 is already turned on. And also the first candle is 1. So it can lit the second candle as well as the last candle. Second candle is already lit. So the first candle can lit the last candle. So we are updating the last integer to 1. So these are the candles that can be turned on in the second iteration. So in this iteration, the total time would be 2 plus 2, 4. So till now in 4 seconds, these are the candles that have been turned on. So again, we are going to move to our next iteration. So here all the candles are turned on and the candle present at the index 7 can be easily turned on by any of the candle present left or right to it. So again it would take extra 2 seconds. So totally in 6 seconds all the candles will be turned on. So our task is to print only the total time. So in 6 seconds we were able to turn on all the candles. So we print 6 as our output. So this is how we will be solving the problem. Now let us see the logic which we will be using to solve this problem. So first we will be accepting our input in an array named ARR, and we will also be storing the same input array in another array named temp. So what we will be doing is we will be using the values present in the array ARR, but actually we will be updating in the temporary array so that we will be able to solve the problem easily. So the second integer is 1 in ARR. So it can update the first integer and third integer to 1, but we will not updating in the array ARR. Instead we will be updating it in the temporary array. So using the values present in ARR, we will be updating in temp. And now the fifth integer is also 1. So it can update the fourth and sixth integer to 1. So again we won't be updating it in our ARR. We will be updating it in temp. So in the first iteration, this is how our array would be looking like. So after a iteration, what we will be doing is we will be copying the temporary array and pasting it into our original array ARR. That is, ARR will be replaced with temp. So I am copying the temp and pasting it into ARR. And now again we will be performing the same operation. So we will use the values present in ARR to update the integers present in temp. So in the second iteration, the first integer is 1. So it can turn on the second and last. So the second is already 1. So the last alone must be updated to 1. So we update the last integer in temp array to 1. And then sixth integer is 1. So it can make fifth and seventh integer to 1. fifth integer is already 1, so the seventh integer alone will be made to 1. So we are making the seventh integer in the temporary array to 1. So now the eighth integer will alone be left 0 in the second iteration. So again we copy the temp and paste it into ARR, and then in the final iteration all the integers present in the temporary array will be made to 1. So once when all the integers are made to 1, then it means that we would have turned on all the candles. So if all the candles are turned on, then we can stop executing our program and print the total time we have taken to turn all the candles on. So now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating two integers named n and x, and in the next line I am accepting the values of the integers n and x, and then I am creating two integer arrays named ARR and temp. So we will be storing our original array into ARR and we will be using the temporary array just for updating. So I am creating two arrays named ARR and temp, and then I am creating a for loop to accept the n integers. So I am accepting the n integers and storing it into the array ARR, and after storing it into ARR I am also storing a copy of the integer into the temporary array. So after the execution of the for loop we would have accepted our input, and two arrays will have our input array. So the ARR will also have our input and the temp will also have our input. And here we are using a for loop without braces. So whenever we don't use a braces for a for loop or if else condition, one line after the statement will be executed. Since scanf and then we are using only a comma operator, it will be considered as a one line. So we will be accepting our input using the loop, and after that I am creating a new integer variable named total time and setting its value to 0. So now we are going to calculate the time to make all the candles turn on. So to do that, first I am creating an infinite while loop. So this while loop iterates until a break condition is executed manually. So in every iteration we will be updating our array and then we will check whether we can break out of the loop or not. So first let us see how we are updating. To do that, again I am creating a loop. So this for loop iterates from 0 to n, and in every iteration first I am calculating the previous and next index. So it is given in the question that the candles are arranged in circular fashion. So previous, I am creating two integer variables, previous and next. So if I is equal to 0, then I set previous is equal to n minus 1, else previous will be equal to I minus 1, because if we are at index 0, when the candles are arranged in circular fashion, then the previous would be last, and the same for the next. So if I is equal to n minus 1, we set the next is equal to 0, else next is equal to I plus 1. So now we have to perform operations only when the integer is 1, that is only when the integer is 1 the candle can turn on its adjacent candles. So whenever ARR of I is equal to 1, we are going to perform operations in our temporary array. So as we discussed, we are going to use ARR only for checking. Actually we will be updating in temp. So if ARR of I is equal to 1, we will be updating temp of previous and temp of next to 1. After the execution of the for loop, if the candle is possible to turn on, it will be turned on and the values will be stored in temporary array. So we have to copy it back to our original array. So again I am creating a loop that iterates for n times, and in every iteration we just copy the integer from temp to ARR. So ARR of I is equal to temp. So after the execution of the for loop, the integers present in the temporary array would be copied into the original array ARR. And also while copying, we are checking whether any of the integer is equal to 0. If any of the integer is equal to 0, then it means that we have to turn that candle on. But if none of the integers are 0, then it means that all the candles are turned on, so we can break out of our loop. So to check that, first I am creating a flag variable and setting its value to 0. And if ARR of I is equal to 0, we set flag is equal to 1. So after the execution of this loop, if flag is equal to 1, then it means that we cannot break, because some candle is left turned off. So we have to turn it on, and after that only we can break. So if ARR of I is equal to 0, we have set flag is equal to 1. So even after execution of the loop, if flag is still equal to 0, then it means that all the candles are turned on. So in those cases we can break out of this infinite while loop. And also in every iteration we will be incrementing the variable total variable with x. So So the x is the time taken for every iteration. So after the execution, our total time taken will be stored in the integer variable total time. So we print it as our output. Now let us check our program with sample test cases. So this is the sample input 1 and our expected output is 6. So we also get the integer 6 as our output. So now let us give our sample input 2, and for sample input 2 our expected output is 21. So we also get 21. So this is the logic behind today's SkillTrack daily challenge. Thank you for watching.